What's good? Welcome to the Hero's Journey, and today you'll learn about part 2 of Arnold Schwarzenegger's story. This narrative was inspired by his autobiography, which I'll attach below in the links, but for now, please enjoy the video. Previously, in our last video, we talked about Arnold Schwarzenegger's early life and his unusual drive to become the best in the world at one thing. Through soccer training, bodybuilding entered Arnold's life and has set a fire inside of him. He feels something that you too felt at some point in your life. A desire to dedicate your full energies into one goal. Arnold's one goal was to be the best bodybuilder in the world. Arnold relentlessly pursued his goals and endured the disapproval from friends and family who did not think being a bodybuilder was a wise career choice. At 17, Arnold decided that his small village in Austria was too constraining for his dreams and decided to go to the army and use it as a vehicle for him to break out and go to Germany and eventually compete and win Mr. Universe, an international bodybuilding competition. As Arnold arrived to basic training, the fates decided that Arnold was to be given a taste of his dreams, and he was invited to compete in Mr. Junior Europe. Arnold, however, was not allowed to leave camp, but his heart could not let him stay. What a sick trick fate can play. Imagine a time when you really wanted to do something, but couldn't because of some arbitrary rule. Your mind is set to defeat, but your heart will keep beating true, telling you what you must do, but are afraid to. Arnold found his courage and followed his heart and disobeyed army orders and went to Munich for the competition. After going through his poses in the days, an announcement was made and Arnold was crowned Mr. Junior Europe. Arnold gleamed with confidence and felt in his heart that he was surely on the way to reaching his dream and become the best bodybuilder in the world. And that's where we will continue our journey. Arnold was full of pride and confidence in himself as he returned back to the army. However, his superiors did not take disobedience lightly. For breaking out of a camp, Arnold spent 7 days in a cell, but Arnold held on tightly to his trophy and knew he had no regrets. I sat in jail for 7 days with only a blanket on a cold stone bench and almost no food. But I had my trophy, and I didn't care if they locked me up for a whole year. It had been worth it. Word spread quickly around the camp of Arnold's accomplishment and eventually reached the ears of the higher army officials. They liked the idea that one of their army men won a European bodybuilding title and thought it would bring pride and attention to their group. In fact, they liked the idea so much that after Arnold got out of his cell, they ordered him to train all day, every day, instead of performing the usual duties of an army trainee. It was a surprising turn of events, but Arnold was quite pleased. He never thought he would be ordered to weight train for the honor of his country. The army, however, was quite serious about their order, almost to a humorous fault, and treated Arnold's weight training as obligational as any training duty. They were strict about my training. Every time an officer walked by the window and caught me sitting down, he threatened to have me put in jail. As a result, Arnold trained with the utmost diligence, 6 hours a day, every day, and the army gave him all the food he needed to nourish and build his body. At the end of his year in the army, Arnold had gained 25 pounds and went from a 200 to a 225-pound frame, the most progress he ever made in 1 year. Once his year at the army was over, Arnold set his sights onto Munich. One of the Mr. Junior Europe judges, Schneck, said that he could work at his health club and live with him, aiming fun for his trip to Mr. Universe. Arnold eagerly took the offer and found his way to this new city. It's like starting a new life. Imagine going to a city you've never been before, in a country where you don't even know the language of. And on top of that, you don't have a dime to your name and are trying to win an international championship. The day I arrived from Austria, I was overwhelmed. Inside the train station, I encountered a flood of foreign languages. Italian, French, Greek, German, Spanish, English, Dutch, Portuguese. There was no one to meet me. I only had an address to find. I remember looking around slowly at it all and saying to myself, "There's no way back now, Arnold." Arnold eventually found his way to Schneck's home, but wasn't offered his own bed. Instead, he slept on the couch, but Mr. Schneck promised that a bed will eventually come. One day passed, and then another, then another, and another. Schneck finally suggested that Arnold should sleep in his bedroom. Arnold got the message. Suddenly the world cracked for Arnold. He had painted a picture in his mind of how things would turn out, and this was like a slap to the face. Arnold refused, but Schneck didn't let up and started painting a wonderfully tempting picture to Arnold. You know, I can get you into films. I can finance you while you train for Missy Universe. Later, I'll send you to America, to California, to train with the big champions. Just come back inside, Arnold. These were all Arnold's deepest dreams, and Schneck knew this. How cruel is it that people can dangle the dreams closest to our hearts and use it against us? It's like putting a hole into a bleeding heart. And that's what Arnold felt. I watched him while he talked. I hated what I saw in his eyes. Everything Amy was saying no. I realized I will get everything he promised eventually if I just keep pushing myself. I wanted to do it with dignity. I wanted to do it in a good way, rather have something I feel sorry about. Arnold knew what he must do, and got up and left.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that video. And you may notice I used a different medium in this video. I used something called whiteboard animation. I've been thinking of ways I can really just communicate the story I have in my mind and do it in a way that really gets to you my viewers. So from there, I think whiteboard animation, from what I've seen this week, is kind of limited. I may just start exploring using Adobe Animator and start creating videos from there. So I think this week I'm gonna start a new project and do that. So next video, next week, you'll see something else. Towards the end, since I'm still exploring and trying to figure out what I really want to do with this channel and how I want to communicate all the ideas I have, please feel free to leave in the comments below or send me a ping in the message or an email to let me know what you think. What stories you want me to cover, what things you want me to talk about, if my animation is good, and like if it actually like had an effect on you. Because I want to learn and get better at this, because I feel this is, because I enjoy doing this stuff. I feel this is like my life passion, is what I really like to do. Being able to tell stories that have people feel something. Update on my physique competition, which again, if you don't know, I'm competing next year in August in a physique competition. Again, I'm doing this because I want to motivate and inspire people to pursue their own fitness journey when they see someone like me, a regular Joe, can go do it if they just put their minds to it. And update on that, I'm doing a cut this week because I have a show, an EDM show called Izu. I want to, you know, look nice in, so I'm doing a cut this week to get ready for that show. And I think next video I'll show you my progress and show you how much weight you can actually lose in 1 week. If you put your mind to it and just watch what you eat and do cardio, you can lose a surprising amount of weight, provided that you have muscle to your frame already. But I'll talk more about that in the next video. Until then, peace. I love you guys. Take care.
Boy, take my pain with your kiss, boy, here